The snare drum is the second most important sound of a drum groove. It helps to establish and maintain the tempo and the rhythmic foundation of rock and blues-based music, especially when it plays a backbeat on the beats 2 and 4. In this video, we'll cover the basics as well as variations you can use to add spice to your music. As a drummer with over 20 years of experience, I know a thing or two about how to make drums sound good, and I'll walk you through this with plenty of detail and examples. My goal is for you to start using this in your music immediately. Let's get to it. Set your grid to quarter notes and enter a note on the 2nd and 4th beats. This pattern is characteristic of rock, pop, country, and most styles of electronic music. It is the default standard. It will sound good on any track at any tempo. First, create a basic 2 and 4 pattern. Then set your grid to 8th notes. Double up notes after a snare hit, or find places in between that sound good. Let's now play some hits before the 2 and 4. Now let's try replacing some of the backbeat hits. Here's another example. Listen to pop and rock for inspiration. Be careful not to make the groove sound too busy or awkward. Less is more. First, create a basic 2 and 4 pattern, then set your grid to 16th notes. Double up notes after a snare hit or find places in between that sound good. You can also try displacing the backbeat from the 2 and 4. Let's look at some examples. Let's try displacing the backbeat from the 2 and 4 and see what we can come up with. Again, listen to pop and rock for inspiration, and just as with eighth note variations, be careful not to make the groove sound too busy or awkward. Less is more here. A great strategy for implementing these variations in a musical way is not to use them on every bar, but every second bar. Let's look at some examples. We'll start with our default 2/4 backbeat and then spice it up as we go. So let's try something at every second bar. It flows better than the other examples that we looked at before. Nothing says that the pattern has to be symmetric. You can use different variation on the second bar than the fourth, like this. Let's mix up some 16th note variations in here along with the 8th notes and displacing some of the hits. See how this simple change makes the groove sound very differently. You can use variations on every fourth bar instead of the 2 and 4, like this. Let's spice it up some more. Another example. Yet another one. Using variations on every fourth bar gives the music a little bit more space to breathe. To recap, you can safely use a standard backbeat on the 2 and 4 on pretty much any and every track you make. Regarding variations, if playing them on every bar gets a bit tiring, experiment with placing them on the 2nd or 4th bars. Of course, you can always leave these variations for specific sections of your track. You don't have to use them from start to finish. Experiment and have fun.